I just finished a 20-minute yoga routine, so I'm sweaty and my heart rate's up, but I'm feeling pretty calm. But I wanted to just slow down and take a couple deep breaths before I started this meditation. I've got my dogs downstairs. I'm sure they will bark at some point, so sorry about that. But I've learned that there's no meditation that's perfect. A lot of my clients will say they give up on meditation because they can't quiet their mind, or they just can't find a place of refuge. They can't find a quiet place. The car goes by and honks, or their kids come in and interfere, or their partners are, talking in the background on the phone or clanking around doing dishes. There's always a distraction, always. I'm fortunate enough, I live in a pretty awesome house. It's on a pretty quiet street, but even still, my dogs will, a squirrel will go by, or a bird, or they'll start to roughhouse and start to bark. And I used to get really frustrated by that and annoyed, and it would pull me out of my meditation and make me all irritable. And I thought, what's the point, right? The whole point is to be able to just allow yourself to not be so reactive, right? There's stimulus and there's response, and in between there's a pause. And most of us, I know, I can be very impulsive with my emotions. I feel something and I immediately act on it. I sense something and I immediately am alerted to it. My body's sympathetic nervous system kicks into high gear, and I want to react. I want to control the situation. And I think that's when we get emotionally hijacked or get outside of our window of tolerance. And we really need to do more limbic system therapy, which is quieting down the amygdala, quieting down the nervous system. And one of the ways we do that is to bring full acceptance to the moment. So whatever noise is going on, whatever sound, whatever distraction, whatever dog is barking, or husband or wife is talking in the background, or whatever happens, just to breathe. Take that big deep breath right into the belly, slow exhale, bring the focus back to the breath over and over and over. And every time we do that, we're strengthening those neurotransmitters that are responsible for focus and attention. So our motor sensory neurons get stronger as we fail, as we get distracted, and as long as we commit to coming back to the breath, coming back to relaxing the body, we strengthen those that neurocircuitry that's responsible for attention and focus. So today I want to introduce you to a body scan. And again, as we have distractions, we're going to normalize it. We're going to accept it. We're not going to judge the moment. Whatever happens in this moment happens. This is life. And no meditation's perfect and no moment's perfect, but I can have the stimulus. I can acknowledge and recognize my desire to control it, or be annoyed by it, or want and desire something differently. I can accept that, and I can bring back in the moment. I can come back to the pause, come back to the breath, come back to relaxing the nervous system, relaxing the body, quieting the mind. And there's so much freedom that comes along with that. So we realize that we don't have to react to every situation. It's like when you're taking another way I like to explain it to my clients is if you've ever taken a cold shower, your immediate response when you're in that shower and the water starts to get cold is to freak out. Your body tries to tell you, flee, run, fight, right? That primal instinct, that reptilian brain tells you to get out of the situation. And yet if you just pause and stay in that moment and breathe, focus on the breath, focus on what's going on, sensations in the body, normalize, accept what's happening in that moment, all of a sudden you realize it's just cold water, right? It's just stimulus. I don't have to do anything in that moment. It's kind of an amazing test of impulse control to practice that. And a lot of my clients that have anxiety or anxiety issues or challenges or anxiety disorders, I'll have them practice impulse control in a cold shower. So when distractions come up, we want to normalize it, we want to accept it, we want to not judge it, and we simply just want to note it and then come back to the breath. So we're going to practice that today, as well as a body scan. So a body scan is just starting. You can start from your feet, work your way up to your head, or you can start with your head and work your way down to your feet. I always start with my head and come down to my feet. And we're going to use self-directing statements. We're going to say relax. You can say your name. Ryan, relax your head. Ryan, relax your jaw. Ryan, relax your shoulders. Or you can just say relax. As we do that, we're going to focus on the breath. So breath, big inhale in. Most of us breathe in correctly. When we breathe in, get comfortable with that belly. Blow up that belly like a balloon. Blow up that diaphragm. I like to try to take my attention past my chest, right down into the diaphragm. So we breathe in and slow exhale. Meditators will tell you, neuroscientists will as well, the inhale triggers the sympathetic nervous system, energizes us. So the inhale will energize us, right? Getting fresh oxygenated blood into the bloodstream, into the brain, motor sensory neurons start to fire, right? So when we're in a situation where we need energy, a big, deep, diaphragmatic breath will give us that energy. But when we're trying to calm ourselves down, when we're trying to meditate, when we're trying to get out of our anxiety, get out of our own head ruminations, we want to really slow down that exhale. The exhale triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the body's relaxation response, right? And so this is where oxytocin and norepinephrine will start to kick in and really quiet things down. So the exhale is calm and relaxing, the inhale is energizing. So in meditation, we want to make that exhale as long as we possibly can. I like to double or triple the exhale versus the inhale, right? So we're going to focus on the breath. When we breathe in, blow up the belly like a balloon. When we breathe out, pretend you're kind of at the sink, squeezing a sponge, getting all the water out of that sponge. We're going to get all that oxygen out of that belly by constricting the belly, really tightening that belly up. And we're going to do a body scan at the same time. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into our yoga position, our meditation position, or yoga. Some people lay down, some people sit up. Really try to strengthen that spine. The spine is that nervous system, so it's your body's communication channel. So we want motor sensory neurons to be able to flow freely from the top of your head, right down the spinal column, right out into the peripheral nervous system. So sitting up in an upright position or laying down, but making sure that that spine, that back is nice and flat, it's going to allow those motor sensory neurons to flow freely. Big deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Big deep breath in. Slow exhale out. One more time. Inhale in. And slowly exhale out. Relax the top of your head. Relax your forehead. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Relax your chin, your jaw. You can wiggle your jaw left and right. Let the tension out of that jaw. Let the tension out of the face. Relax those ears. Pretend those ears are dropping down. Big deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Relax the neck and the shoulders. You bring your shoulders up to your ears, hold, and drop them down. Drop those shoulders. I'll move a lot during my meditations because it helps to quiet the body. And by the way, clients will always report that they feel shaky or they can feel the muscles tense up. That's okay. It's actually those motor sensory neurons flowing through the body. It's the muscles trying to relax, and so it's okay to feel a little bit of that energy or a lot of that energy flowing through the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. In fact, shaking is a good way to get energy, emotion moving through the nervous system. So like with yoga, let yourself shake in meditation, it's okay. Big deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Relax the chest. Relax the diaphragm. Relax the rib cage. Relax that belly. Relax the lower belly. Relax the pelvis and the hips. Relax those arms. Just imagine the heaviness of your arms. Feel the energy in the palms of your hand. Whether it's vibrating energy, nervous energy, just accept it. Normalize it. No judgment. Just let the energy be. Relax those fingertips. Relax the upper leg. Relax the knees. Relax the shins. Relax those calves. Relax the heels and the ankles. Relax those feet. Move your toes a little bit. Relax those toes. Let the feet feel heavy. Focus on the sit bones. Focus on the weight of your body, on your butt, on the legs, on the feet, on the heels. Allow yourself to be grounded, anchored in this moment. Take a big deep breath in, awareness of the in-breath. Slow exhale, awareness of the out-breath. Let the whole body feel relaxed now. From the crown of your head, down the back of your neck, and down the shoulders, lower back, buttocks, upper leg, lower leg, right down to the feet. Just let everything feel like it's just melting away. You're giving yourself permission to just be here in this moment, no matter how this moment is, no matter what noise or sound or distraction, no matter what comes next. Right now is the only thing that truly exists. Big deep breath in. Slow exhale out. It's okay if your thoughts are flowing to the next task or what you should be doing or need to be doing. That's normal. We cannot control our thinking. The more we try to control our thoughts, the autonomic nervous system brings us even more thought rumination. It's like trying to hold your breath, right? That autonomic nervous system is going to force you to breathe. So the brain is about processing, all right? And what the brain typically is processing is all of our normal thought patterns, all of our normal conditioning, all of the voices that we've internalized, right? All of our past, the pressures that we put on ourselves, the pressures that other people put on ourselves, the state of the world, what we wish we could control. We don't want to try to control our thoughts. What we want to do is just be mindful of them, be aware of them, acknowledge them, make space for them with acceptance and non-judgment. My clients will hear me say over and over and over, Nan your way through life, Nan your way through life, Nan, normalize, accept, and not judge. So we just want to accept and normalize what thoughts come up in this moment. Take a big deep breath in. Identify it as a thought and let it go. If it's an anxious thought, call it an anxious thought. If it's a critical thought, call it a critical thought. If it's a disparaging thought, call it disparaging. If it's a depressive thought, it's a depressive thought. Whatever it is, accept that thought as it is. Take a big deep breath in and watch it move on. Let it go. You'll hear meditators try to explain thoughts as clouds. Just think of your mind as an expansive, wide open sky, wide open blue sky. And you're gonna have birds darting through that sky. You're gonna have clouds, they're gonna be light and they're gonna be dark. Be thunder, right? Airplanes, whatever the heck. Any distraction, that's gonna come in and interfere with that blue sky. That's our thoughts, right? Those are just neurons being fired, okay? And those neurons that are being fired are habitual thought processes and patterns, habitual ways of thinking. Big deep breath in. Slow exhale out. So what we want to do, instead of trying to control our thoughts, we're just mindful of them. We just note them. There it is. There's a familiar thought. There's a critical thought. There's an automatic thought. There's an anxious thought. There it is. That's okay. And then I pull my conscious awareness back to the blue sky. Pull it back to the expansiveness, right? Detach. We try to detach from the thought just by observing it and accepting it and normalizing it. We note it, we breathe, and then we let it go. We come back to the breath over and over and over and over again. Come back to the breath. Notice the air as it enters the nostrils. Notice the sound as you sigh it out. I always try to make a nice loud sigh when I exhale out my mouth. It triggers my focus on back to the breath. It makes it a little easier to stay with the meditation. Big breath in. Sigh it out. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So today's practice was on a body scan, so using deliberate self-directing statements to relax the mind, to to relax the neck, to relax the shoulders, to relax the diaphragm, relax the legs, relax the feet. Okay, using those self-directing statements is going to trigger your body to respond the way in which you hope it will, right? Sometimes it's not immediate, but the brain is always listening and eavesdropping on our words, and so eventually it catches up. Today's focus was also on mindful awareness of breath, deep diaphragmatic breath work, right? Keep bringing the focus back over and over and over to the inhale and to the nice slow exhale. All this again, it helps trigger the body's relaxation response, which is my primary focus as a psychotherapist and as a life coach, is to help people calm that nervous system. Okay, limbic system therapy is all about calming the nervous system. Another way of saying it is to calm those emotions, come back to center, come back to feeling grounded and anchored and less frazzled, less thought ruminations. I always end my meditation with some kind of sound. I've got the Insight Timer app on right now. If you're not familiar with it, check it out, Insight Timer. It's one of my favorite meditation apps. I've got several meditation tracks on there. Sound is so calming. You've heard me talk about multisensory before. And so if we can end our meditation with a sound, let's listen deliberately and intentionally to the sound. See what it does to your mind, to your body, to your heart. I also like to bring my hands to a prayer position, right in the chest over the heart. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this moment and in this meditation with me. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you live well today. Take care.